Kurt Pearson from Compass Financial joins us right now.
Yeah, that's right. And I have to wish you a belated congratulations on 20 years in business.
Yeah,
thank you. That happened earlier. But right now, since we're talking financial news, we know that there's kind of a new normal, and people talk about that in the financial world. What does that mean?
Everyone's still trying to recast, what exactly happened over the last 18 months, and how does it reflect on the financial markets and our personal finances moving forward. Bill Gross from the PIMCO funds just recently talked about how we have to dial down our return expectations, where previously you might expect equities to do somewhere between an 8 to 10% long-term return average. He says we really need to start dialing that back to 6 to 8%, especially for the near term, meaning the next 5 to 10 years. And so as people are doing their financial planning, as they're thinking about getting those 401k statements, here at the end of the quarter, the start of the new quarter, it's very important to begin to dial back our expectations just a little bit. We're seeing one good example is in the auto industry. The auto industry was used to having about 60 million units sold per year. That took a dive down to 10 million units sold, and now we're only back up to 12 million. And so they really think that to get back up to 16 million, it's going to take another four to 5 years. Of course, no one knows. These are all forecasts, but it kind of gives you a perspective on how far down we came and how far we would have to go to get back to a level that we were at in 03, 04, 05, in those years.
Now, you mentioned the auto industry. Are businesses, or how are businesses responding to these new expectations?
Well, there's just still an incredible credit crunch out there on the street level for business owners especially. Business owners, of course, are evaluating the economic landscape, and they don't know what to expect. We just had healthcare legislation passed. That could have a dramatic impact on a small business. Unfortunately, there's no one that I've really seen giving a clear explanation yet as to how the healthcare legislation is really going to impact a small business. They're still parsing the words and figuring out what was in the 2,500-page, law. So, given that scenario, business owners have this big question mark over, hey, what are my fixed expenses going to be? In light of that, they aren't willing to take risks, they aren't willing to branch out, they aren't willing to maybe take on new ventures and explore new opportunities because they're holding things pretty close to the vest.
Okay, well, what about families? Marcus asked about businesses, but for individuals, families, how are they responding?
Much of the same story. We're continuing to see patterns of families paying down debt aggressively, especially the consumer debt. Of course, that's assuming that you still have work, and we know that there are millions that are hoping to get employed, hoping to get back into the workforce. The stated unemployment is 9.7 million. Economists estimate that the actual unemployment is up to 18 million, or 18%, excuse me, because some have just stopped looking for work. And so by the time you factor in that, the unemployment rate could be significantly higher. So families, again, are holding things very close to the vest. Consumer confidence continues to sputter around. When you don't see your home values really popping back, it can have a dramatic impact on your state of mind.
A lot of good information, Kurt. I'm sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt. If people want more information, how do they get in touch with you?
Local number is 515-327-1020.